over the trades today on this Friday, June the 16th. It is a holiday on Monday, so we won't trade on Monday. Trades today, minus $1,000 on the 250K portfolio and minus $200 on the 50K portfolio. We are still in about an 8.5% drawdown from our last equity peak on May the 5th. We were slightly profitable on the week, up on the month, quarter, and year. Let's look at the NASDAQ and this market. Let's look at the start of the week. And here is the beginning of the weekly trade on the NASDAQ. And Monday was a pretty smooth up day. Tuesday kind of was a topping pattern. And then Wednesday was FOMC. And it just kept getting supported right here intraday at the 5100 level. And then it pulled back overnight. And then supported the 5100 level and rallied again yesterday. Kind of a topping pattern today. I thought it might pull back a little harder. Didn't trade much. Enough on the FOMC range. It didn't trade on this side of the FOMC range. In my opinion, I thought it would trade more on this side of the FOMC range before moving higher. But this market has been it's a choppy uptrend. You know, it's not a lot of clear breakaway signals. It continues to posture higher and then roll over. And whenever the market internals firm up, indicating a higher trend, typically then the market tends to roll over instead of continuing higher. It continues to move higher when market internals are weak and then move lower when market internals get strong. And so it's a tricky tape to trade. And let's look at the market internals again. Also, the VIX continues, the market continues to trade in the same direction as the VIX. The VIX was up yesterday, the market was up, and the VIX was down today, and the market was down. And so the Russell was down also. The NASDAQ, Russell, S&P were all down, and the VIX was down. And yesterday, I believe they were all up. The Russell, yeah, they were all up yesterday, while the NASDAQ was up yesterday. Although the VIX is in such a small threshold down here at 13 and 14, it's hard to make much out of a VIX at 13 versus a VIX at 14 on any given day right now. But the trend does seem to move. They do seem to be moving in the same direction, and they usually move in the opposite direction, and so it's very confusing. Another confusing part of this market, as well as the weak market internals. And so let's go over the trades on the day. The NASDAQ continues to be a tougher market to trade. The S&P was up 2,400 on the day, while the NASDAQ was down. The S&P was 5 for 8, while the NASDAQ was, it traded 6 strategies with 2 winners. 2 for 6 on the NASDAQ. So 2 for 6 on the NASDAQ, and it kept running. It continues to run the short trades. You see Viper stopped just out that high. AT 2020 stopped out just at this high. And so EVP1 got short at the end of the day, and it bounces back against us. We did have some good short trades at the end of the day. Viper did catch up at the end of the day with 3 short trades. 3 short trades that were up $500 on the day, capturing those short trades, hitting profit targets. And Zigzag had some nice shorts on the day. So we did have some good shorts, although it did run these shorts early. So the market is intent on just attacking the short side, continues to attack the short side, even when it's in overbought territory. And one thing to consider is the nature of this NASDAQ. I'm finish going over the trades, then we'll go over the nature of the NASDAQ. Robot was down on the day. It's a good time to consider this strategy if you haven't been trading it. Robot is in a good losing streak. We can have a lot of consecutive losers in a row and then a big winner. Tick pullback hasn't traded much this week, but today when the ticks got hot, it traded and it was down on the day, minus 2,000. EVP1 short side was down on the day. AT 2022 was down on the day, while Viper 2021 was up on the day with 3 of these shorts, and then these 2 shorts on Zigzag made Zigzag slightly profitable on the day. And then these 2 strategies were profitable with short trades, while Robot, Tick pullback were down on long trades, and AT 2022 was down on a short trade. EVP1 was down on a short trade. So just a choppy trade on this Friday. The S&P did better. Pretty good run on the S&P, 5 for 8 today. Adaptive moving average was up on the day, or actually it was down on the day, but the short trade was more profitable than the long trade. SR counter trend 2, nice long trade here, nice long trade here. And then tick count trend had some nice shorts. So some short trades were working today. We've had a tough time with short trades, but short trades were working today. Tick fader worked, tick count trend worked, tick count trend dynamic turnaround worked on the short side. Opening chop lost on the long side, and so we're so due for a big short. It doesn't mean we'll get it right away. One of the things to consider is the nature of this NASDAQ, and we are about 2,000 points away from an all-time high in this market. In my opinion, in my thinking was that this market would made this January rally, it pulled back. I thought there'd be another rally to take this high out right here and then potentially reverse to at least this level before either going higher again or rolling over again, depending on what else was going on at this time. But it's continued, took out this high, and it's continued in a very strong way, and it's almost in a parabolic type move. And so once the market goes parabolic, it's hard to call a top, and you're seeing these pauses and then rallies, pauses and then rallies, and these pauses make you think it's about to roll over, then it rallies. Let me show you what I'm talking about on this. I'm going to convert it to the day trade chart at NQ.D and show you what I'm talking about in the NASDAQ. So you see, boom, kind of starts to be a parabolic move, pull back and then rally, pull back and then rally, pull back and then rally. And we've had about 7 days in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 higher lows. We've also had, I think, 7 weeks in a row of higher lows. You see that higher lows on the week, and so we're due for a pullback. But it's hard when you get in this situation to say, yeah, we're definitely due to take out the previous week's lows, because it's been 7 in a row, and that's rare. It can go up 8 or 9 or 10 in a row. And so one of the things you have to consider in this market is that once it goes parabolic, it can really run. I'm not saying that it will. It could run to a point and then crash hard. What we have to do is we have to consider, though, that we are so close to highs it becomes a magnet. So we are here. We're about 2,000 points away from all-time highs, and so a combination of trades. It doesn't seem likely that you could get 400, 500 point moves in a row to all-time highs, but it is certainly possible when these markets go parabolic. It could take longer. I don't anticipate in 4 days it's going to do this, but it's possible. A quick 4-day move could have it at new highs by the end of next week, by the end of the month, or a longer time period at the end of July. And I'm not bullish. I'm just talking a technical price action. And then once it's in this parabolic path, you don't know where the high is. So it could come down here. It could come crashing down as soon as it does that at some point along the way. It could do that from this point. And so there were so many times this week that I thought the market should come back down, and so Monday was a gap up. This was a gap up. I thought this should have continued lower for the week, and then once the Fed news came out, it should have definitely continued lower. There was more hawkishness, but it continued higher. Pulled higher, pulled higher, pulled higher, gap up, kind of gave back a little bit here. But I thought that the market should have given more back based on the hawkish nature of the Fed statement, and the market diverges from what it should do oftentimes. And so we trade what is instead of what it should do, but the gap between this can create big volatility events and big moves in the future, even if it doesn't happen now. So that is my perspective on the market. I like to be prepared for what might happen and how our strategies might respond. At the end of the day, at the end of the week, we are flat, and we are ready to go long or short wherever the market takes us next week. Have a happy Father's Day, Have a happy Juneteenth on Monday. We will pick up trading on Tuesday. Hey, David Bean here. Welcome to Capstone Trading Systems YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe to join our community of algorithmic traders. We are real money traders. We share our winning streaks, we share our losing streaks, as well as market updates, strategies, and coding tips.